Hi, this is Vathani from Awakening Dawn and Bulimia Hope. Happy Easter to you. I just wanted to share a few tips that might make this festive season a little bit easier, especially with family gatherings, food and drinks being a main focus. So here they are. 1. Only eat what you feel comfortable, depending on where you are in your recovery or your stages of your management. You will know what your trigger foods are, and trying to accommodate or pleasing others and eating something that might be a trigger food for you is a definite no-no. So my number 1 tip is know what you can safely eat and keep it down and without any compensation. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, take time out. This is a very stressful time, especially if you are inside a house or visiting a relatives, and you are pretty much in that environment more than a few hours where you are compelled to conform to the agendas of the family expectation. It can be very hard, especially if you're prone to stress and strain. So my suggestion number 2 is you take some time out, even if it means going out to the garden or going upstairs to a room where you can be with yourself for 5-10 minutes, just to gather your thoughts, gather yourself, and to just be. And I mean literally just be. That will save you, because if you are being surrounded by triggers, surrounded by difficult people or difficult dynamics, nothing's worse than being surrounded 24/7 or however many hours you have to be in that environment and to try and self-regulate yourself. So it is important that if you can, try and give yourself a breathing space. I mean, ideally it would be lovely for you to get away for 20 minutes or 30 minutes if you can be doing that as a way of looking after yourself without being noticed. But if you're in a position to be able to tell your loved ones that you need that time, then that time frame is not an issue. So it could be an hour, it could be half an hour, it could be longer, if they understood your situation and why you need that time to just be. My 3rd and final advice really is to self-care. I mean, self-care can take on so many different aspects. Deep breathing, only drinking the amount that feels safe for you, actually being surrounded by people that actually lift your spirit, as opposed to the people that actually, push you down to the lower level. Some dynamics you might not be able to help, but if you can actually surround yourself as much as possible with the people who impact you positively, it is a form of self-care. Taking time out is a form of self-care. Looking after yourself, listening to your favorite track on your iPlayer or your CD or whatever it is on your phone, it is a way of releasing that tension that is beginning to build up, and is a way of looking after yourself by entertaining yourself in a pleasant way that feels right for you. So there is no hard and fast rule about this, except being mindful of what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Another thing that you can really, when it comes to self-care, there are ways of excusing yourself by saying, look, I will have 1 serving and I will try this. That kind of thing is far better than having to or compelled to finish a plate because somebody, a loved one, has served you and you feel obliged and you feel you couldn't refuse that, and that's the worst toxic dynamic that you could get into. So a better way would be to either, if it feels too unsafe, to say no, thank you. If you can't do that, and if you feel also slightly more braver and you're able to manage a little bit better, maybe you serving, and that serving is managed by you assessing what level amount is safe for you. So it may be a spoonful, it may be a couple of spoonfuls, but that's it, and that's something you can govern, you can manage, and that kind of thing is far better. If you're in a great management place and your eating disorder or disorderly eating isn't so toxic, you are able to have it, and then when you finish that last mouth and you know that is all you want, you can say, that's the last mouth, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to take another serving or another thing, and it's not going to keep spiraling to meal after meal or a dish after dish. So it is important that you have a sense of what is good for you, what is safe for you, and that you're able to be assertive and vocal about what you need during this festive time. I hope that has helped you, and I'm also going to put a link to a webinar that I did a while back on Easter coping, and it's all about chocolate, and especially if you are surrounded by chocolate and that is one of your triggers, then watch that and let me know what you think of it, if it's helped you, if it's not helped you, if you want more of that. I'm happy to serve you more. So have a wonderful Easter, look after yourself, put number one equally importantly in the center stage, because you're important, and how you manage and how you sail through these couple of days are just as important as what's going to come afterwards, when you see stocks and shelves filled with buy one get one free offers, or chocolate offers, or people triggers, and being surrounded by family members. That can be very hard at this sort of time. So look after yourself and stay tuned for more. Take care. This is Vathani Navasothy. Bye for now. Happy Easter.